Good morning, everyone. So, our lesson today is about natural selection. This is the new lesson, and we're going to take part of it today. We're going to study it on 4 parts, so there'll be 4 videos. We're still in Module D, and now we're Unit 2, and we're in Lesson 2. Okay, we're going to learn about what natural selection is. Okay, but from the word, you'll be able to know that nature is selecting. Okay, it's choosing. Nature is selecting, it's choosing. What is it choosing? What do we mean by nature is selecting? This is what we're gonna find out. Yani the whole lesson is about understanding what natural selection is. Okay. Before we know that, we have 2 slides about called prior knowledge. Prior knowledge means you should have learned this before. Probably you learned about this in grade 6, and this too. And we're gonna learn them. I'm gonna remind you of them now. So in order to start this lesson, you have to know these 2 things, like what these 2 things mean. So first of all, we're talking about dominant and recessive alleles. Okay, alleles, they code for traits. Okay, or they code for traits. What do we mean by traits? We mean like hair color, okay, eye color, shape of nose, skin color, any trait in you, or any trait in any species. Okay, it's coded for by alleles in your body. For example, look at this. The trait here is that they are studying in this cat. It's the fur color. Okay, and you notice you have 2 types of fur colors. You have the gray and you have the brown. So the trait here, okay, and الصفة, it's fur color. Okay, you have 2 types of traits. You have dominant and you have recessive. Dominant traits are the strong traits. Recessive traits are the weak traits. They are weaker. Okay, so a dominant allele is expressed even if the predominant allele, okay, let me show you. For example, dominant allele would have to be here, the big one, the big B, and it codes for the color brown. They tell you here that brown is dominant and gray is recessive. Yani brown is strong and gray is weak. Okay, and then each animal gets 2 alleles, one from each parent. So this cat got 2 B's, okay, 2 big B's. So that's why it's brown, because she got 2 big B's, and B codes for brown. This cat, the third one here, she got 2 small B's, and small B is recessive, it's weak, and she got 2 of those, so it goes for gray. Okay, now because small b is gray. Now how about the third one in the middle? I kept this for last. The third one got a big B and a small b. Okay, but the big B is dominant, it's stronger. The small b is recessive. The small is usually recessive, the big one is stronger. So the cat is brown. It cannot be half brown, half gray. Okay, it can be half brown, half gray. Some cats have different colors, but this has nothing to do with this situation here. Brown is more stronger. So when she has both of these, the stronger allele, the stronger one, the dominant one, is the one that's going to show. Okay, for example, you might have a parent with blue eyes and a parent with brown eyes, but when you were born like with brown eyes. Okay, and that's because brown is dominant and brown is stronger. Okay, unless you have 2 alleles that are weak. Now you don't have to go too much into detail. All you have to know is that the big one is dominant, the big letter, the capital letter, and the small letter is recessive. Dominant means strong, recessive means weak. That's all I need you to know from here. And the alleles, they code for traits. Traits like shape of the nose, hair color, eye color. This is what we mean by traits. Another thing that you need to know in this lesson, okay, is about population. Okay, population is like all the individuals that live in an area, okay, but they have to be same species. Like for example, all the penguins, this is a population. A population of bees, a population of bears, but can't be bees and bears together. That doesn't make a population. A population, they all have to be the same species, like a population of human beings. Okay, I'll continue the rest in the second video, so this video is not very long, but now you know the prior knowledge before we start the lesson.